Tyler, I gave a brief overview there, but for people who don't know your story, fill us in. Take us through how you got to this moment.
So I was born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Parents split when I was young. My mom moved to Southern Illinois. Just the two of us. We moved with my grandparents. And once my grandmother passed, my mom moved again. She got a job at Pepsi down in Georgia. And at the time, I wasn't wrestling, but I found wrestling like third grade. And I brought this flyer home to my mom, and I said, "Hey, Mom, like I want to wrestle." And she looked me straight in the eyes and said, "That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. We're not going to do that." and I was like, no, let's just go to the camp and just go to the meeting. And they're talking about nutrition, and she's like, "Well, that's dumb because he's only 7 years old, and like he shouldn't be talking about nutrition at the age of 7." And she goes to the practice. They're like, "Oh, he has great technique." And my mom was like, "He's 7. You guys don't know if he has great technique." First tournament, like later on that year, a couple months later, I got horribly beat. I went 0-2, and we get in the car. My mom's like, "See, I told you that's the worst thing ever. We're never going to do that again." I was like, "No, Mom, I love it." And every day I just chase to get better at the sport. And 2 years into my career, I had brain surgery and had multiple brain treatments actually. And that's when everything really took off. Like I finally got in the groove of wrestling again, started wrestling again with Coach Charlie Morris down in Milton, Georgia. And that's when my career just took launch. And
well, it's pretty amazing that your career kind of took off, in your words, at a time when you went through a major health issue. As you said, had a brain tumor and had epilepsy as well, and continue to battle epilepsy. To what extent does that impact you on a day-to-day basis?
On a day-to-day basis, I would say like it used to, like a lot. When I was younger and we were still trying to figure it out, I was having like 50 to 70 like small seizures, and like that was daily. And then like about 3 to 5 times a year it would be like grand mal seizures. So early on in my career we were trying to figure that out, but as I got older we've figured it out. I have a great neurology team. I have great people who help me continue to adjust around epilepsy here down in Indiana. So we do a great job down here as a team, and I also think we just do a great job of monitoring me, making sure I'm okay at all times, and we have emergency meds just in case. So I would say we handle it great down here.
I read that your vision is also impacted kind of by the brain tumor portion of this, to the point where sometimes your vision actually goes black occasionally during a wrestling match. Like, take me through how you're able to get through that.
Yeah, so in previous matches, and well, pretty much all my matches, if I'm wrestling, sometimes mostly when I'm wrestling like faster, but I would say during like a match, I've had my vision like go really blurry, not so much black, but very blurry, and I've had to figure it out from wrestling by touch. So I used to do a blind start for wrestling when I was a kid, and that's what kind of helped me figure it out. I also used to train how to wrestle blind, so that also really helped as a kid, trying to just figure out where I was on the mat. And I also still count how many steps I am from the center of the mat, and that also really helps me when I'm in the middle of a match and I can't see anything. Obviously, with some wrestlers, we don't tie up, so it may be difficult sometimes, but I just keep remembering how many steps I was away from the center, and that helps me refocus.
That is pretty remarkable. This award, in part, is recognition for community service. Help people understand Team Tyler. It feels like the origins of it were to help you, right? Because your family needed money to pay for this brain surgery, which was considered somewhat experimental. at the time, but then you've kind of turned it around and used it to help others. Give people the origins of this organization and what it does today.
Yeah, so at the beginning of everything, it was once to raise money for brain surgery. And I have a brain tumor on my right optic nerve. It pinches on the right optic nerve, so that's what takes away from my vision, but it also is the reason for my seizure. So we did start it for initially the brain surgery, but we turned it around for something bigger. My personal vision for it is that every day there is a kid that was in my situation, and there's still kids out there that are currently going through my situation. And God has blessed me with the ability and the gift to wrestle, and not only wrestle to impact people on the mat, but people off the mat, people in hospitals, people in worse situations. And we just try to reach out to those who need help. So I usually do the Team Tyler Epilepsy Foundation usually starts a thing at the beginning of the year or before the school year starts, and it's when we usually do a school drive. So we do like book bags, pencils, pens, things like any essential needs that kids need to start the school year off. And we also help the families. Any money that we receive, we don't keep the money. It goes straight to the families or the hospitals. So that helps pay with parking tickets and bills and food and any other essential needs that those family members need. So yeah, my vision is just to continue to help others. There's so many people that can be impacted in the community, and we just want to help as many people possible.
Oh, that's amazing stuff. What does it mean to you to win an award named after Jackie Robinson?
It's an honor. Someone who has proven so much resilience through a lot of adversity, someone who I can relate my story to. Growing up, it was never the easiest for me, and I went through a lot of racial harassment, a lot of identity issues, a lot of dark thoughts because of the racial harassment and along with the medical stuff going on. So to prove that I can have a lot of resilience like Robinson, that's a big honor. And to even receive this award or even be selected amongst all the athletes that were all selected in the running for this award. So I just think I know it's a big honor, and I hope to continue to represent his legacy as best as I can.
Tyler, I know you've got one more year of eligibility, and then what are you looking to do after graduation?
So right now I'm looking into getting a job right after college, and after this, I'm probably going to be working somewhere in Bloomington down here. So my focus next year is going to be safety management. And after I graduate with my master's in safety management, I'll be working at a company called Simtra Biopharma Solutions here in Bloomington. They also have a plant in Halle, Germany, and somewhere in New Jersey as well. But I'll be focused on environmental health, safety, and sustainability, doing corporate safety there.
That's fantastic. Tyler Lillard, really a pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on winning this award. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. And we look forward to seeing what the future holds for you.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.